Hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel for another deck flip through today. I am the Basic Witch of Basic Witch Tarot, and today we will be flipping through the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Anne. So the Lightseers Tarot was a successful Kickstarter in July 2018, and then in 2019 it was picked up by HayHouse for publishing and is now a mass market tarot deck. So you may know Chris Anne if you have the Muse Tarot, which I will do a flip through one day for you as well. So I believe her Kickstarter was both the Lightseers and the Muse tarot decks. The cardstock is 350 GSM and the coating is semi-gloss. As you can see, the box is pretty much the size of the cards themselves, and it's really thick, so it protects your cards. She's written a nice little message for you, and you can see really just how thick it is. It's a heavy deck and box, so these are protected. She's also given us her own little guidebook, which is super cute, and a little bit about Chris Anne herself. And then I'm always so because this book is so new and thick and stiff, I hate opening them all the way. I always feel so bad. So anyway, here's just a little bit of her own introduction. She'll then jump into some how to work with the deck, the fact that the suits have been changed. So fire now is represented by wands, water is the cups, air is the swords, and earth is your pentacles. She has written a little bit about reversals. This deck was made so that you could read in reversals if you choose to. But there is a little bit of information that as well, how to connect with the cards, some little meditation notes to do at the start. She's given you some really cute spreads to try, and then jump straight into your major arcana. So as you can see here, she's given you the description of, you know, what is depicted in each card, and then you'll just get little key words of the light or upright and reversal shadow side. So what Chris Anne is really encouraging you to do is to use your intuition, use how you feel about the picture and what it is showing, and really just follow what your instincts are telling you. So she does the same with the minor arcana, and it's just a really cute little thick card-sized and therefore pocket-sized guidebook for you to refer back to at any time. So let's jump into the deck itself. Now, the first thing that I absolutely adore about this deck, actually I'm going to do things a little bit different. It's probably the exact same as I did them last time. Cute. Anyway, so the first thing that I absolutely adore about these cards is the fact that it is borderless. I've told you a few times in past videos that I do love a good slim border or borderless deck altogether, just because it feels like it's a lot more magical and I can see the cards a lot easier, or the depictions on each card a lot easier if it's borderless. So let's just jump straight in. So Chris Anne, as you would have noticed in the book, has followed the traditional RWS style or meanings, depictions, people, things, suits. But it's just got the most magical artwork on each card. I recall people saying that I think the muse is a little bit more spiritual in the way that what is shown on the cards might not necessarily be decipherable straight up for beginners. But when we go through that, we can have a chat about that. But I feel like this deck, even if you are a beginner, the fact that it says 8 strength, and this is what, it's different to what's on your traditional RWS, but it still has a lot of the same symbolisms. It's still a very strong feminine lioness energy that is kind and gentle to creatures potentially weaker than itself, which obviously shows great strength. So look, even if you're a beginner, I think this deck is just as easy to use. You still get the point. And I do apologize if you can hear that fly circling. Wow. And this is really cute, like it's death and rebirth. So in a post I'd done a little while ago on my Instagram, I talked about 6 of the most scariest cards and stuff like that, and how you can always try and find the silver lining in them. And, you know, with every bad ending comes a good ending and stuff. And Chris has really pointed that out already. So yes, death, but there's also rebirth. So it doesn't have to be a terrifying card. As always, very sad for animals. Losing things. But that's the point of the tower, isn't it? It's meant to be a complete demolishment of your foundation. Gorgeous card. And I don't know if you can hear how it's been sort of put back down, but because of the semi-gloss, it's actually quite a smooth card and a smooth transition through, so it's actually really good to shuffle. It's a thick deck, so as always I will show you in comparison to the standard RWS deck, card size and cardstock thickness, and then we'll do a shuffle. We already finished the major arcana, so we're on to the minor. So don't forget, with the cups, it's water. So you'll see water depicted in every single... it proved me wrong straight up. Oh, look, they're there. There's your little cuppies. Okay, back to water. Ooh, so sorry. And I think even the facial expressions on each of the card will also give you a pretty strong indication about what the message is, what the story is, and what the vibe is. Oh, see, even with this, the 6 of Cups talks about, you know, past memories that are good, things that bring you happiness to remember about, childhood memories, and you've got a young child, now an adult, with the same dog. And you can probably hear my dog because she's decided that she's going to play. I think she could be even chasing her tail, not entirely sure. And then you've even got here with the 7 of Cups, lots of different things to choose from, and the gentleman depicted in the card is having a lot of difficulty choosing which one he wants. So much like the 7 of Pentacles, or 7 of Cups, sorry, not Pentacles, much like the 7 of Cups in the RWS, it is about having to make choices with a lot of different things to choose from. So I feel like having this gentleman really looking like he's thinking hard about what he wants. If you are a beginner, you're going to get the gist of it. Ooh, that's amazing. That is incredible. Look at those colors. Look at the emotion that you'll get from it, what it's like. You automatically just feel so happy and content looking at this card. It is incredible. Oh, now she's decided to play with the puppy. Okay. That's all right. I'm just going to talk over and see what happens. We have the Page of Cups. Our Knight. And our king. They're playing now. I might have to pause you guys just real quick, and then I might have to put them just outside so they can play as much as they like, just not at my feet. Hold tight. Thank you so much for holding on there, guys, even though nothing really changed for you. Just had to put the dogs outside. Now they've got some snackies. They're quite happy to just chill for a second. So we're on to the pentacles now, which, as we recall, is earth. Okay. I just love the sound of that swoosh. So smooth. I always feel like, because I love tarot, obviously. I love journaling and stuff, but every single time I get a new deck, I feel like I need to get a new journal so that I can write down how each card makes me feel and think, because it's the same meaning, but the artwork on every deck will always make you feel something different. And I think that is incredible. And I think this deck is incredible because even flipping through this, every card is bringing me this level of emotion and feeling and thought, and just incredible. And also, guys, this is our last deck for the month of October. So I hope you were able to see, I tried as best as I could to use as much of the Crow and Tattoo Tarot decks as I could, so that you can see each different one in action. So you'll be seeing this one on my Instagram for the next week until November. So November starts on a Sunday. So the very first deck that you'll see will be recorded on Halloween. And then, yeah, we'll jump straight into the new ones for November. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know if I want to do maybe a month of Oracle cards as well. I've got a few decks of those. So we have a week left. So if you are interested in something in particular, geez, doesn't that make you feel something? If you are interested in a particular deck or something that you want to see, please let me know. I'm always, as I said, my bank account is more than happy to take one for the team so that you guys can see the cards. I probably am a little bit behind the 8 ball, showing a lot of decks that have already been shown. Hopefully you like the way that I do it. Yeah, if there's anything that you really want to see, let me know. I've been very lazy on my website. I do apologize. I do intend to start writing about these decks as well, so that if you don't necessarily have time to watch the video, or you're not in a position where you can always read about it. But just been a bit lazy. I'll do better. I'll do better. I will also be releasing the first episode of my podcast. So I used to have a podcast, or I still do, but I took down all the episodes because the direction that I was taking it is not the direction that I actually want to go in. So we're up to the wands now. Incredible colors and vibes. So I'm re-recording it in the way that I want to, in the direction that I want to take this little journey and little adventure. So hopefully the old episodes were really quite rigid, and it was like, I have to talk about this and I have to talk about this. So I think now that I've started recording these videos, and thus far I haven't heard anyone tell me that what I'm talking about is boring. I think you've noticed that I do enjoy going off on a tangent. So I think that's what I'll be doing. It'll be more freely thinking, stream of consciousness that I'll be talking about, but it'll all come back to tarot sometimes. And we're up to the last one, our King of Wands. Beautiful. So I will show you in comparison to the RWS deck. One thing that I just want to point out straight away is given that Chris Ann has designed this deck with reversal reading in mind, as you can see, also see the semi-gloss, but as you can see, the back of the card is the same design any way the card goes, so you will never know if it's reversed or not, which is cool. So bear with me and I will get my RWS deck. All right, so card by card, it's pretty much the exact same size. Ooh. Which would, oh, the other way. So, and that's why I quite like, oh, hang on, that's the Radiant. It's no different, but I'm neurotic, so I would like it to be the same as it has been the whole way through. All right. Still the same. Yep. Cardstock wise, pretty sure it might be a little bit bigger actually. Yes, it is a bit thicker again. So as you can see there, and I'll put it on the side where you can see there the size difference. Okay, so the Light Seers is thicker than your average deck or your average RWS deck. But I think so far every deck I've shown you is in some way thicker or bigger card. But you can handle them just fine. All right, and now shuffling. So to make sure you can see everything. So given the semi-gloss coat, just shuffles like butter. Glides, glides, glides. Incredible. I think so far with the ones I've shown you, shuffling this deck and shuffling the Crow Tarot, both have been my favorites. Both so aesthetically pleasing, which is what I'm all about. So yeah, just incredible, just glides. And then, come back. So this degree of shuffling has been a little bit harder again because I've got my little hand injury, but I tried it. So because of the semi-coat glossing, you probably don't have to bend the card down to do that last bit. I'll show you. I don't explain the things very well. So you probably can just get away with doing this first bit because it all ends up the same. And then slip straight in. So any way you want, and you can shuffle any way you want. You can do whatever you want. It's tarot. We're not gatekeepers here. So you guys, that is the Light Seers Tarot Mass Market deck by Chris Ann. Once again, I was very unlucky to find out that Kickstarter was a thing way after these kind of decks were made, but that's all right. I cry into my pillow like a winner at night, but the mass market is just gorgeous. So I try not to think about what the indie version was. Guys, that is the Light Seers Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in back today, watching this video, listening to me talk. I'll be back next week with a brand new set of decks for November. If you have any recommendations or requests, please let me know. And if I can facilitate them, I will. You can find me on my Instagram at basicwitchtarot_. My website is thebasicwitchtarot.com, and my podcast will be up this weekend, and it is Basic Witch Tarot. I don't know if I'll end it with podcast or not. You guys, I'll put a thing up on my Instagram when it's done. So hopefully you can all jump on and listen to me talk yet again. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here with me. Have the most amazing weekend and week, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.